Oscar Wilde once said, "If you know what you want to be, then you inevitably become it. That is your punishment. But if you never know, then you can be anything." Think about how you're coerced in high school, university to pick a single subject, a subject you will later specialize in and become your career. Society demands we become experts in a single subject. But what if you are good at many things? Well, then you might just be a Renaissance man. Hi, I'm Francesca from Crown Tours. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you'll be notified anytime we post a new video. Picture this, you're scrolling through job applications and you come across a resume from someone who lists painter and sculptor as their main qualifications, yet they're applying for an engineering role. You'd probably think they were crazy. I mean, could you really trust an artist to build military equipment? Well, there's one name you know very well who did exactly that and more. Leonardo da Vinci. The genius behind the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper wasn't just a painter. He was an engineer, an inventor, a scientist, and an architect. Today, if you jump in between different fields, your chances to be taken seriously and find a good job get slimmer. Most of the time, it isn't just about being talented. It's about the mindset that allows you to be so versatile, embracing curiosity and creativity in every part of your life. Da Vinci's not the only man with a crazy resume in history. Who would have thought that the gelato that you're enjoying on a hot summer day has been invented by an architect? You probably haven't heard of Bernardo Buontalenti, but I guarantee you've enjoyed his work. It started with the powerful Medici family, rulers of Renaissance Florence, needing to impress the King of Spain during a royal visit. They needed something extraordinary. Buontalenti had already designed the stunning bubbly gardens, but this time they asked him to go beyond architecture. They wanted him to create an unforgettable experience. Well, he gets to work and creates a frozen dessert, gelato, that would astonish not only the royals but future generations too. It's stories like these that show us the Renaissance celebrated something we often overlook today: versatility. Back then, being just one thing wasn't enough. In fact, it was limiting. The Duke of Milan, Ludovico Sforza, was not an average ruler. He wasn't born into power. He had to fight for it, quite literally. He seized control of Milan through a coup, taking the throne from his own nephew. Naturally, this didn't make him very popular. His rule was full of conflict and war was always lurking around the corner. Now, Sforza was not stupid. He knew that keeping his grip on Milan meant preparing for the inevitable, an invasion. He needed someone who could design weapons, fortify the city, and create great military technology that could give him an edge in battle. He was looking for a military genius, an engineer. And guess who sends an application? It wasn't from an engineer or a seasoned soldier, it was from a man whose official training was painting. Leonardo da Vinci. Yes, the same Leonardo da Vinci who would later be known as one of the greatest artists of all time. But at this moment, Leonardo wasn't trying to sell his skills as an artist. In the letter, which is probably the first resume sent in history, Leonardo outlined 10 points that describe his skills and talents. I can construct portable bridges, I know how to design machines that can withstand the most violent attacks, I can build ships that are impregnable to the strongest cannon fire. Only at the end of the letter, almost as a PS, Leonardo mentioned, "Oh, and by the way, I'm also a painter and a sculptor, and I'm confident that my work rivals that of anyone else in the world." He sure knew what he was doing. If you were the Duke of Milan, you might be wondering, could this guy be telling the truth? Leonardo even had the bravery to end his letter with a humble statement. "If any of these things seem impossible or difficult to believe, I am happy to demonstrate them in person." He knew his ideas sounded too good to be true, and yet he was ready to prove them, just like in an actual interview. He gets hired, and along with the city's infrastructure, he gets commissioned to create a massive bronze horse. For years, Leonardo worked on the project, designing and preparing what would have been the largest equestrian statue in the world. A towering marvel of Renaissance art and engineering. But just before the horse was completed, fate intervened. Milan was thrown into war, and the 80 tons of bronze intended for the statue were melted down to create weapons. And what's more, some of those weapons were probably designed by Da Vinci himself. Da Vinci didn't see himself as just one thing. He didn't draw a line between being an artist and being an engineer. He didn't limit himself to what society told him he should be. He saw a world full of possibilities where art and science, invention and design could all coexist. And that's exactly what made him so extraordinary. That Renaissance mindset didn't die with Da Vinci. Fast forward a few centuries and you'll find Hedy Lamarr, an actress in 1940s Hollywood who wasn't just known for her beauty but also for her brains. While the world saw her as a glamorous movie star, she was developing technology that would later pave the way for modern Wi-Fi, GPS and Bluetooth. She didn't fit into one category either. We still see these Renaissance people today. Dave Grohl went from being Nirvana's drummer to the frontman of the Foo Fighters, and then he became a best-selling author. Taylor Swift isn't just a singer, she's also a director, songwriter and businesswoman, constantly reinventing herself. And don't even get me started on Elon Musk. Growing up, I was passionate about many things as well, but I know I had to choose one. Maybe you felt the same social pressure to pick a lane to focus on one thing. As a child, I wanted to be a painter, then an archaeologist, and I ended up studying political sciences. On graduation day, we were asked to talk about what career path we'd like to pursue. And my answer was shocking to everyone. I wanted to study acting in a theatre academy. And here I am, an actress and a history guide. Today we're told to specialize, but I believe we need to try a bit of everything. People who explore different fields, connect ideas from diverse disciplines and follow their curiosity wherever it leads. After all, Da Vinci wasn't just a painter and Buontalenti wasn't just an architect. They were innovators, dreamers and creators who refused to be defined by a single label. So I ask once again, would you hire Leonardo da Vinci as an engineer?